we wanted to understand what is going to be paying for what, and so on. And the alternative was something which I thought was going to be a tick box exercise, that we have a flag.
So this one, what does it do? Does it lie? Does it? I'm trying to place 22 million in context.
Man, I can't believe that at some point the comrades wanted the citizens of this country to pay 22 million rands for a flag. And the fact that the Minister of Sports, Art and Culture went to television to try to explain to the people of this country why 22 million rands is justified. It is insane. And you cannot make these things up. These are things that actually happened in this country. And because so many things are happening in South Africa, stories like these, they tend to fade away. But the fact that these people at some point, they wanted South Africans to believe that they are going to take 22 million rands of their taxpayers' money and actually build this flag that they are talking about. And we know how the comrades operate. There's absolutely no way that they were going to build this flag for 22 million rands. No way. But the fact that they actually thought about this and said that, guys, this actually makes sense. It makes sense, and we are going to write it down, and we will go out to the media and defend this idea of ours. We will defend the fact that we want the South African taxpayers to pay 22 million rands for a flag. I mean, like, a Minister of Sports, Art and Culture knows that there are no sporting facilities in the townships. There are no sporting facilities in the rural areas. But no, the flag was important. The flag was important. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable.
We wanted to understand what is going to be paying for what, and so on. And the alternative was something which I thought was going to be a tick box exercise, that we have a flag.
So this one, what does it do? Does it lie? Does it? I'm trying to place 22 million in context.
It's 120 meters tall flag,
all right,
which is 10 meter by 15 meter. The flag itself.
Okay.
And during the day, it will be seen. At night, you'll also be able to see it. Because
it's lit.
It lit at night, because the education has to be continuous, both during the day and at night, and the massive nature of the flag is bringing in the steel industry, because
the steel industry. So the pole, is this the pole?
Yes, right from the building of the flag itself, with a lot of cranes which would have to get this very, big, massive steel, with a lot of construction material and so on. So the value, as I said, would outlive us. Would outlive us, because it is important, JJ. It is important that we make the point that I hear you talk about priorities and so on. But as I said to you, this is a fully fledged branch which has built museums, which has built a lot of monuments in the past, and continues to do that.
So guys, yesterday we learned of tragic news of Mr. Nathi Mthethwa, the former Sports, Art and Culture Minister, the former Minister of Police, and he was now the ambassador to France. And according to the reports, the body of Mr. Nathi Mthethwa was found at a hotel in France. And apparently Mr. Nathi Mthethwa has fallen to his death from the 22nd floor. But guys, if I were to be honest with you, there's something sketchy about the reporting of the death of Mr. Nathi Mthethwa. And I think the media is not being straightforward with us. I think people are being fed a confusing information, because right now a lot of people are actually confused about what happened to Nathi Mthethwa. They are confused. And the fact that there is no straightforward reporting about what happened to Mr. Nathi Mthethwa, this thing is going to cause a lot of people to get into their conspiracy theory land. And you don't want people to start with their conspiracy theories. But I honestly feel like the media or the South African government, they are not being straightforward with the people of this country about what happened to Nathi Mthethwa in France. Because according to the reports and this article, it says that South Africa mourns the tragic loss of Nathi Mthethwa, the country's ambassador to France, whose body was found outside a hotel under circumstances that remain under investigation. The Department of International Relations confirmed the news on Tuesday afternoon, stating that French authorities are probing the events leading up to his death. Mthethwa, aged 58, was discovered at the foot of the Hyatt Regency Hotel in Western Paris, reportedly having fallen from the 22nd floor. According to multiple media reports, including the Mirror UK, Mthethwa had been reported missing before his body was found. Like, this is where I actually do not get it. Because how did Nathi Mthethwa fall from the 22nd floor? Because I've seen some people and I've heard some experts actually making an argument that an apartment so high, you cannot even open some of the windows there. So how is it possible that Mr. Mthethwa managed to open those windows and fallen? Are these people actually insinuating that Nathi Mthethwa committed a suicide? Because if Nathi Mthethwa committed a suicide, they should have been clear with the people of this country instead of saying he has fallen from the 22nd floor. Because now people will say that, look at South African enemies. Who are South African enemies? Who could have possibly done this? No, Nathi Mthethwa was actually killed. This is what people are saying. And these are the consequences of these people not being straightforward with South Africans. If Mr. Nathi Mthethwa actually committed a suicide, they should have been clear that he committed a suicide. And this line over here, it says that according to multiple media reports, including the Mirror UK, Mthethwa had been reported missing before his body was found. Where was the ambassador? How is it possible that the whole ambassador was missing? Because the whereabouts of this person, they should be known at all times. And why was it not reported that the ambassador was missing in France? Because if the ambassador was missing in France, then a day or 2 days later, his body was found at the hotel. And it has been reported that he has fallen from the 22nd floor. This whole thing is giving people an idea that Mr. Nathi Mthethwa was kidnapped and he was killed. This is how people are viewing this thing. This is how people are viewing this thing. His wife alerted the French report after receiving a distressing message from him the previous evening. This prompted an urgent search operation which included searches of wooded areas near the Bois and the Boulogne, I don't know how to pronounce this name, in the 16th arrondissement, supported by the police dog unit. So this guy also sent his wife a distressing message. He sent his wife a distressing message from the previous evening. So now we are waiting for the content of these messages that Nathi Mthethwa has actually sent to the wife. We need to know what is it exactly that Nathi Mthethwa said to his wife. Because this whole thing, it sounds like Nathi Mthethwa was under some sort of a pressure. And it sounds like Nathi Mthethwa was kidnapped. And it sounds like Nathi Mthethwa was killed. And we are not saying this is what happened, but this is what it sounds like. This is what it sounds like. Because when you look at somebody like Nathi Mthethwa, why would Nathi Mthethwa jump from the 22nd floor? This guy had the privileges, he had everything that he has ever wanted in life. What would actually prompt this guy to jump from the 22nd floor? Am I making any sense, guys? Or is it me? Am I totally lost? If I'm totally lost, guys, please, you are welcome to go into the comment section and correct me. But something is smelling fishy here. It's fishy here. And how was the reporting of the missing of Nathi Mthethwa was not reported? How is it possible that nobody actually reported that, guys, the ambassador of South Africa to France is missing in France? Why are we only learning now that Mr. Nathi Mthethwa was reported missing before his body was found? He was missing before his body was found. What does it sound like? The local French officials confirmed that Mthethwa's phone last made contact around 3 p.m. on Monday. Quote, fearing a possible suicide, the police, supported by a dog squad, searched the woods in the Western Paris, reported the UK Daily Star. Quote, reported the UK Daily Star, the message sent to his wife has not been made public. President Cyril Ramaphosa has expressed deep sorrow over the ambassador's sudden passing. Fearing a possible suicide. Fearing a possible suicide. And guys, I am not saying that people who are well off are not capable of killing themselves. Of course they are. But right now, like, it doesn't sound all right. It doesn't sound all right. And now, when you go on social media, the conspiracy theorists have already started. The conspiracy theorists have already started because last week, General Mkhwanazi also spoke about the political interference that actually happened there in the South African Police Service, more especially when Nathi Mthethwa was the Minister of Police. So now, there are people on social media that are saying, no, Nathi Mthethwa knows that he was going to be summoned to the commission, and there are people that do not want Nathi Mthethwa to speak. And these are people that actually made sure that Nathi Mthethwa cannot speak. Now, this clip of General Mkhwanazi is making the rounds again to say that, guys, so what if the syndicates, because now you are talking about the people that are extremely wealthy. And these people right now, they are being exposed left, right, and center. You saw, guys, yesterday, the text of Brown Mkhwanazi and Ket Matlala. Brown Mkhwanazi basically asking Ket Matlala to send him some money. Like, what is this? Brown Mkhwanazi asking Ket Matlala to send him 15,000 to entertain some people somewhere. And Ket Matlala not being happy with the Brown Mkhwanazi because Brown Mkhwanazi apparently was not delivering what he was supposed to deliver. So now a lot is being exposed. A lot is being exposed. And there are people that genuinely believe that Nathi Mthethwa was going to be called at the commission, and maybe Nathi Mthethwa was actually going to speak, and there are people that cannot afford the former Minister of Police to actually speak about what was happening. These are just things that people are throwing out in the air. And like I said when I started this clip, that these are the consequences of these people not being straightforward with us. Because if these people had been straightforward with us, none of these conspiracies would have actually, we would be hearing about none of these conspiracies. But unfortunately, this is where we are. Guys, this is what General Nathi Mthethwa said about the former police minister, Nathi Mthethwa.
Julie must be charged. She wants to withdraw that letter. So when I asked about why you want to withdraw the letter of a criminal case, you've read the case and you wrote to me and you say, Julie must go and face the music. Why do you want to withdraw it? And she said, no. It's my career now in line. So I need to withdraw that. I made a wrong decision. I should not have said Julie must be charged. Which means she touched the wrong people in the higher echelon of maybe within the police structures or in government that did not want Julie to be charged. And I refused to come back and withdraw the letter. And then I received a phone call from the Minister of Police, Nathi Mthethwa, commissioners. I went to his residence in Waterkloof. And when I arrived there, the Inspector General is sitting on one side of the table, Mr. Mthethwa is sitting on the other side of the table. The minister says to me that I forced the Inspector General of Intelligence to write the letter that says, Mkhwebi is wrong, this matter must go to court. She said, I forced her. Then I told her, I said, no, Minister, Advocate Khateb is an old woman. She's an advocate. How can I point a gun at her and force her to write a letter? Besides, when this letter was written in her office, and she actually is not the author of the letter. The author of the letter is Advocate J. Governor, who is an experienced prosecutor person who's working in that office. She's the one that drafted the letter. Not you, not the Inspector General of Intelligence. The minister didn't want to hear any of that. A simple say, must stop prosecuting Mdluli, or must stop disciplinary case against Mdluli. Now, if we talk about political interference, that was the worst I've ever experienced. At that time, Commissioner,
it is very telling that General Nathi Mthethwa made this point that it was the worst political interference.
Experienced. At that time, Commissioner, I come from the specialized operation. The only thing I know is to chase criminals. And I'm promoted to become the acting National Commissioner, and I'm confronted with this in front of me. And I said, but this is not what I signed for when I joined the police. This can't be right. The minister can't give me these instructions. Then I said to the minister, maybe you brought me into this position and you thought you were going to use me as a pawn because perhaps of my age or whatever, but you are wrong. I'm not going to do that.
So many people actually believe that the death of Nathi Mthethwa actually has something to do with this. This is what people are saying. But me, guys, I don't want to lie. I am more interested in learning about this text that Nathi Mthethwa has actually sent to his wife. I want to know what is it exactly that Nathi Mthethwa sent to his wife, because it sounds like this is a person that was fearing for his life. And this is a person that has allegedly told his wife that, guy, I think my life is in danger. And the same person was abducted. And a couple of days after, his body was found. I don't know where, and I don't know why these people are saying that this matter is still under investigation, but at the same time, they are concluding that he has fallen from the 22nd floor. How is it possible that the matter is still under investigation, but they have already concluded that the man has fallen from the 22nd floor? But the same people that are telling us that his wife received the message that are very worried. And after that, this guy went missing. Now his body was found and he has died. How did they come to a conclusion that the guy jumped off from the 22nd floor? So I think right now, the only thing that is going to make this thing a bit clearer to us is learning what he actually said to his wife. If Nathi Mthethwa actually sent his wife a message that, no, I'm sick and tired of living, man. I feel like I have done my part in this world. And the pressure is too much. I want to go. It's nothing going to say. But then again, if Nathi Mthethwa says that, if Nathi Mthethwa sent a message to his wife saying that, you know, there are people that are coming after me and I don't think I'm going to live for long because these are very powerful people, then it would actually give us a direction into what actually happened. But right now, the media is being very vague. And I believe that some of these reportings, they are just there to confuse the people. So the question remains, what happened to Nathi Mthethwa in France? That is the question that we should be asking. Guys, what are your thoughts? Please tell me what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to hit the like button and the most important part, subscribe. My name is Thomas Mabaso. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.